SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we've got updates out of Dish. Looks like they just completed a transaction. Just kind of an inventory of things that we like to do here on the channel whenever carriers, within the space do something. We keep track of all of it. So they made a sale and they raised some funding. And let's see where this takes us and what it means for the company. Link for the article in the description. Ways to support the SMT can also be found there. All right, title of the article, Dish sells Caribbean Boost subs and Spectrum to raise $256 million in cash. And cash is what they sorely need. All right, so selling Spectrum or wireless licenses in Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, along with 120,000 prepaid Boost Mobile subs in those markets. The sale, Liberty, Latin America, for those Boost Mobile subs. If you guys are familiar with Liberty, they've made our channel at some point with relation to AT&T and a sale way back when, maybe a couple of years ago. So Liberty is going to give Dish $256 million in cash for this deal, also providing international roaming credits to Dish. So that gives their customers coverage when they travel to the wonderful islands. Additionally, to kind of come off of the news from yesterday, which we covered on the channel, Charlie Ergen, the president and chairman of Dish, said, quote, "We have a lot of experience in Puerto Rico over the years with pay TV and the last couple of years with wireless. It's a challenging market. It's a very competitive market. It has weather challenges as well. The build out would be expensive, so we thought it best to enter into a transaction which gives Liberty a much more competitive spectrum position, brings us new capital in terms of the sale proceeds, as well as pretty significant capital savings from not having to build on both the islands, which are very expensive builds. So by entering into the transaction, we'll now be able to focus on those funds back into the continental US." Precisely what I've been saying, raising capital to finish their network build to address their retail issues really was a bad quarter, folks. Their numbers with respect to Boost Mobile and, not really being able to take share with Boost Infinite, it's not really catching traction yet. There's tough times ahead for Dish. I mean, the times right now are tough, but this does give them a little bit of cash. And of course they have, it's a 10-month extension to buy the 800 megahertz from T-Mobile. This gives them some of that funding, I believe, right? But to come up with 3.5 billion, you got 0.256 billion here. They got a lot to go. So this basically takes them out of the islands, has them focusing domestically on their network build and retail proposition. And they've got a new CEO. They've got leadership that's constantly churning. They've got customers that are constantly churning. Just keep track of this, as now that kind of takes them out of there and they can solely focus, I guess. They had no intentions of building from scratch in those places. It was probably going to be very expensive for them in terms of, infrastructure access and things of that nature. I don't know what it takes to build networks out there. I'm sure it's not so different from here and rural America. Tough to do. Anyways, yeah, they got a daunting task ahead of them. Sound off in the comment section below. Go the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.